Right. So I think it should be already working. Yeah. Okay, good. So, and today we will try to manage actually two things. One of them will be a bit of work with vocabulary and with different parts of speech. So nouns and adjectives, yeah, and we will see how they change. This is what we are going to start with. And then we will look at more like practical aspect, and we will speak about different ways how we can interrupt and continue the conversations, right? So these are the things what we will be doing. And yeah, we'll start with vocabulary. And okay, today we will look at some words and phrases that we have already learned. And tell me, please, what is the feeling when you always think that something bad is going to happen? When you are worried, when you think something is bad going to happen? We've had
I
this.
don't know this word. Предчувствие? I don't know.
No, not really. It is like another word for worried.
Scared.
Scared, okay, it's really too much. What about anxious?
Ah, anxious, yes.
Yeah, you remember the word anxious.
Mhm.
This is the word we talked about, speaking about society and stuff like that, yeah? And
Mhm.
anxious, what part of speech is it?
Anxious. Прилагательное.
Adjective, that's
Yeah.
right. Do you think you can make a noun from it?
Anxiety.
Anxiety, very good, very nice. Okay, and this is what we will look at right now. Okay. Right. Have a look. I've got here a table, and it's done vice versa. We've got the nouns,
Mhm.
and what we'll try to do is to think of the adjectives for them, right? Anxiety, we've already said it is anxious.
Uh-huh.
Let's do it like that. I'm going to give you a minute. Look at the nouns, think of the adjectives. Do you know them or not? And then we'll compare.
I'm ready, but
Mhm.
I'm not sure about all the words.
Yeah, some of them can be a bit tricky. Let's try. So ability, what's the adjective?
Able.
Able. Very good. Able. Oops. Sorry. It's able, exactly. Let's even do it a bit quicker. I'll do it like that. So, ability, that is able.
Mhm.
Anxiety, we've already said it is
Anxious.
anxious. Charity, that's interesting.
Sharing.
No. Any more options do you have?
I don't.
Charitable.
Charitable.
For example, the organization can be non-profit organization, which is charitable.
Mhm. Community common.
Then the meaning is totally different. Yes, and here to speak about community, it is communal.
Communal.
Mhm.
Equal.
Equal, equal, that's right. So, for example, all people have equal rights. Yeah, okay. Creativity,
Creative.
creative, very good. Generosity,
Generous.
generous,
National.
national,
Normal.
normal,
Probable.
probable, very good, very good. So only a couple of them were a bit of a doubt. Yes, charitable
Yes,
and
communal.
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 The other ones are okay.
Mhm.
Good. Let's try it out differently. I'm going to tell you the adjective. You will try to remember the noun for them, but I'm going to close them up. All right. So
Mhm.
let's give it a try. Okay. We will do one by one. Able, what's the noun?
Ability,
Anxious.
anxiety,
Very good. Charitable.
charity,
Communal.
community,
Equal.
equality,
Creative.
creativity,
Generous.
generously,
No, that's an adverb then.
uh, general, general,
Generosity.
generosity,
Generosity. Then national.
nationality,
Normal.
normality,
And probable.
probability.
Very good. Cool. So generosity. Yeah,
Мгм.
generosity.
А generous это что означает?
Generous means when you are happy to give presents to other people, when you are
Я думаю,
happy to give
щедрый.
money. Щедрый.
Ага.
Right. Generous.
Я его путаю с charity.
Okay. And charity when you work for free, for example.
Ага.
Yeah, or when you give money to some people who need it. Yeah, this is charity. And generous, yeah, when you're happy to share and to give something to other people. Okay, the other ones are clear.
Мгм.
Yeah,
Yes.
good. Let's then check out them in the sentences. All right, here you'll find 10 sentences. What you'll need to do is you'll need to complete the sentences with the correct adjective or noun from this part, from the previous part. Okay, let's do the first together and then you'll try to complete on your own. So,
Every year, the people in my area raise thousands of pounds for charity.
for charity. Okay. Then work individually, look at all of them. Yeah, decide which words suit best and we'll compare.
I'm ready, but I'm not sure about all the words because I have 3 variants for 4.
Okay, that's so interesting. Good. Let's see. So the first we said it was charity. Okay, the second one, what do you have?
I live in the countryside and we're not always nationality. It isn't just home to
Mhm.
people of one nationality. You get people from all over the world living there.
Yep, totally right. Okay, the third.
I live in the countryside and we're not always able to get a fast internet connection.
Nice. Uh-huh.
Since the trouble last year, a degree of normality has returned to the area.
Yeah, normality, that's right. Because it was trouble, yes, and
Yeah.
something which is normal. Good.
The area has a strong sense of community.
Mhm.
Everyone knows everyone else, and we all help each other.
Very good, agree. Okay, the sixth.
Some people who lived there a long time are anxious about the way the area is changing.
Anxious, good.
They need to do more for fight poverty and increase social equality in the area.
But it is like equality.
Equality.
Equality. Nice.
It's quite normal that they are going to build some cheap and new housing in the area soon. But I have usually
Probable. Yeah.
quite probable.
Yeah, it's quite probable. So it's a prediction.
Okay. The area is starting to attract lots of creative young people like designers, artists, and musicians. There are lots of homeless people, but everyone is very generous and gives food and money.
Yep, that's true. That's true. Okay, okay. So here are all of the sentences, yeah, with completed words. Right. And I would like you to look now at these sentences one more time and think which of these sentences do you think can be used to describe the society you live in? And are these good features or bad features of the society? All right. Maybe some sentences are partly true. Yeah.
Mhm. Maybe I live in the area of sense of community, and in our street, everyone know everyone else, and we help each other. For example, yes, we live in the private house, not in the common house.
Block of flats. Yeah. When there are many flats, then it is block of flats.
Not in block of flats, and our children knows each neighbors. And my neighbor, she doesn't work. She at home a lot of time, and when I was at work, and when my daughter came to home and forgot a key, she saw it and invite her to her house. And
Yes, this sounds like a strong sense of community, right? And obviously it would be a good feature, right? Okay, so have a look. I'm living, for example, in a block of flats and you live in a private house. You can say like that, yeah? Or you can also call it a detached house, yeah? More common word for that. Detached house. Detached house is a house for one family only.
Mhm.
Yeah, a detached house. If it is, let's imagine there are sometimes houses for two families. Yeah, they have two separate entrances. That would be called semi-detached house.
Mm.
Yeah, if it is for two family, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes,
Detached.
detached, detached.
Detached.
Mm-hmm. Detached house, right? Okay. Is there anything else that would describe the society you live in?
Maybe some people are anxious about the way the area is changing because in Moscow there are many houses are building in these days, so that some trees are забыла это слово.
Cut down, yeah? Cut down.
Cut down, исчезать еще, как вот это?
Disappear.
Disappear. Нет,
Mhm.
про животных, что они исчезают, вот это вот какое-то выражение, out, что-то такое.
Dying out. But
Ah.
about trees, you can't say it, yeah?
Mhm.
Mm.
Maybe this statement is right too.
Right. I would agree that the cities, all the cities are changing and not always, right, in a positive way, because there are many, many shopping malls are being built, yeah, and many new housing blocks of houses, blocks of flats and stuff like that, yeah.
Yes, I'm
Right.
not sure that there are lots of generous people who help homeless people.
Mhm.
I'm not sure. So,
Are
and
there many homeless people in Moscow?
I see, yes, and some people really help them. I work at Saturday in Belaruska, and when I go to home, it is about 3 or 4 p.m.
Mhm.
There are food for homeless people. Many people take it.
Yeah, right. So it looks like a charity organization, yeah,
Yeah.
that provides food for them. All right. Fine. Людмила, let's say it one more time. Много новых домов строится. Это passive, да?
There are a lot of new buildings are built.
Are built, да, are built. А если прям сейчас, в эти дни, то вам надо continuous использовать.
Where?
No, are being.
Are being built.
So passive continuous. Yeah, this is present continuous. Okay.
Many houses are being built.
Built these days, да, потому что у вас было these days. These days, so it's preferable to use present continuous. Yeah. And one more time, how do you say again, когда я иду домой?
When I go at home.
No, it's just go home.
When I go home.
When I go home without preposition. Home is a special word, yes. With all the others, you would say to. Go to the cinema, to a cafe, to a restaurant, to, I don't know, to work, but go home. It's a special word. Okay, that is fine. When I look at these sentences, yeah, some of them really describe Berlin, for example, and number 2 is definitely true. Yes, it's just home to people. It isn't, I'm sorry, just home to people of one nationality. You get people from all over the world. Yes, Berlin is very, very diverse. There is a good word for the diverse. Yeah, that means everything is there. And which is maybe a good thing, right? Because people manage to live together, yeah, and respect each other's traditions, nationalities, and everything. I find it interesting. And what is good about it also, you can find food from all over the world. Yes, anything you like. Yes, I don't know, clothes, markets, and so on. Yeah. And some areas of the city also attract a lot of creative people and creative young people. So there are some districts which are full of designers, artists, and musicians, photographers, and whoever. And there are some galleries and workshops and stuff like that. So even several districts are full with this kind of people. Yes. As for homeless people, I would also agree that there are lots of homeless people, and there are charitable organizations that would help the people. But when the people are begging in a street or in a metro, not many people would help them. Yeah.
Mhm.
Why is that? Because in Berlin, it must be really your choice to become homeless, as the government really supports people in all conditions.
Mhm.
And if people decide not to work and not to live at home, well, that is their choice, and people don't want to sponsor it. Yeah, but as you said, charitable organizations, they would also provide some warm food. Yeah, in winter time, some shelters also for them. Yeah. Okay. And I would also say that some people feel anxious about the way the area is changing, and especially not because many new houses are being built, but because a lot of refugees and immigrants are coming. That
Mhm.
is why the area is changing, and so many local people are anxious about it. Yeah. Okay. I think in Berlin, the sense of community is not strong at all, because people are changing all the time and they are moving from one place to another, and they don't make, strong, strong relationship. So no, the sense of community is not strong at all. Yes, unlike the place you live. Okay, very nice. So this was the revision of vocabulary a bit. Yes, and word building.
Mhm.
Okay, and now we'll go on and we will speak a little bit about interruptions. Okay, just 2 seconds. I'll show you the picture. Mhm. Yes, all right. Good. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. If you look at this picture here, yeah, what do you think? What is happening? What situation is described here?
Maybe they discuss some project or they decided what to do and how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
They may decide their roles in this project and their обязанности,
Responsibilities.
responsibilities. Yes.
Yeah, this sounds good. So obviously it is some meeting at work. Yeah, they are in a business environment somehow. What do you think about this woman? Is she involved in the conversation? Can she have a word there as well?
She would like to, maybe she would like to say something to interrupt, but nobody hear her.
Mm-hmm.
She anxious or upsetting because nobody hear her.
Nobody hears, yeah, or listens.
Nobody listens. Yes.
Right, exactly. So she's quite upset, probably embarrassed a bit. Yeah, she might be embarrassed. Okay. And in your opinion, in what situations do you find it easy and difficult to interrupt people?
For example, when you come later, when the conversation have already begun,
Mm-hmm.
When the conversation is very Не знаю, как сказать, очень агрессивное какое-то такое,
Okay, very
very
emotional.
emotional, yes,
Uh-huh.
and you have no place to interrupt it.
Okay.
Maybe sometimes there are situations when you are not не решаетесь прервать начальника, вот что-то такое.
Yes, okay.
Not
You
interrupt your chief.
exactly. Or when somebody is giving a presentation, yeah, we would probably not want to stop a person, yeah, even if we don't get or we don't catch what he or she is saying.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Or some people can say very fast
Mm-hmm.
words so that you can know see the place where to interrupt.
Exactly. Yes. And they would tell all the life story, yes, in non-stop, yeah, in non-stop modus, and you will have really no place to have a word in there, right? Are there any situations you find easy to interrupt a person?
When you interrupt your friends, when you interrupt your colleagues, you know very well. When it's a conversation where the thinking of each person are very important, and you have time to say what you think.
Yes. This is a good point, yeah, when there is a person who would manage all the meeting, yeah, or all the conversation. I also find it really cool. Okay, I'm going to show you some situations and I'd like you to tell me what would you do in these situations. So would you interrupt or how would you behave? So let's see, here are 4 situations. Let's check them out. Could you read the first, please?
You're in a meeting with colleagues and clients. A more senior manager is given a presentation and you notice a couple of mistakes on one of the PowerPoint slides, including a factual mistake.
So factual mistake, you understand, right? For example, I don't know, they say you've had 12 patients this year, but in fact you had 120, yeah, for instance. Any facts which are totally different. So what would you do?
If we have a meeting with colleague and client, I think it's if it's very important mistake, I try to указать,
to point out, yeah,
for its mistake, because it may make to do very difficult the further communication.
Right. Especially, I would say it can be true when it comes to dates, yeah, for instance, or some numbers or prices or anything like that. But yeah, here the important fact is also that it is a senior manager, yeah, so someone who is in a higher position, which is also a bit embarrassing to interrupt. Okay, so you would stop only in order or in case that it can influence further communication. Yeah. Okay, I see, I get it. All right, number 2.
You're on a train and a couple of people are loudly discussing politics. You can see one or two other passengers are uncomfortable. You strongly disagree with what they are saying.
Okay, this is a funny situation, actually. So you are not only disturbed by their loud conversation, you strongly disagree with them also. So what would you do?
I try don't to go to discussion with politics because especially when I disagree, because it's very emotional situations
Yeah.
and it can lead to very strong conflict. So that
Mhm.
I try to exclude it. I
Or
think
avoid, yeah, I'd say
avoid,
avoid
yes.
it. Mhm.
I think I'll took an AirPods to my ears and
Uh-huh.
begin to listen to music.
Yeah, this is a good choice, right? And what if you were just listening or hearing people loudly having a conversation, no matter what about? Would you actually interrupt and tell them to speak
Yes,
maybe a
yes.
bit?
Sometimes I interrupt and ask to be not too loudly.
Yes. It was an interesting case. 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, I was coming back from Kaliningrad, but through Lithuania. And when I was going by bus from Lithuania to Berlin, we stopped in Warsaw in Poland, and some new passengers got in. And just not far away from me, one man took a place, and all the way from Warsaw till Berlin, he was talking on the phone rather loudly. And all people around were so much disturbed actually, because imagine it was a long way, everyone is so tired. Some people were trying to sleep, some people were trying to read and stuff like that. And he was very emotionally on the phone. And I don't know really what language he was speaking. He was African man, and I think he was speaking any local language. So I couldn't even recognize the language he was talking. And yeah, when we arrived, everyone was so relieved that we finally got back. So, and the fact is, it took us 5 hours or so. No one told him a word.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, in Russia, he would definitely get some comments because it's so impolite to do this way.
Yes, interesting.
No one really said a word, but everyone was disturbed. Yes. All right. So, how about the third one?
You're on coffee break at work and you hear your name mentioned by other people in your team who are sitting at another table.
Uh-huh. So what are they talking about?
If I know these people, I think I interrupt them, but I do it not aggressive, but with a smile, for example.
Yes. All right.
But if I don't know these people,
Mhm.
I don't interrupt them, and maybe I decide that I have some mistake that I hear my name.
Yeah. So you misheard the name, right? Good. Okay. Nice one. How about the fourth?
You met up with an old friend, meet up. Нет,
Met
met.
up.
You met
You've
up
met up.
with an old friend. Your friend is funny, but tends to talk a lot about themselves and doesn't ask much about you. You start to tell you a story they have told you before.
Mhm.
Uh, if it will my old friend, I interrupt and say that I've already heard this
Mhm.
story.
Yes, right. And can I say something about myself, right?
Yes.
Okay, so interesting situations. Yeah, sometimes we don't know. Yeah, we are not sure whether we need or whether we should interrupt or not. However, there are some cases we need to do that, and we'll check out how to do it politely. Okay, we're going to listen to some people now. So we will listen to 3 conversations, and what you need to do is say in which conversation is someone giving a lecture, planning a forthcoming event. Forthcoming means it's going to happen, yeah, in the future.
Mhm.
And in which conversation is someone planning a serious discussion.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
So, ready to listen, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, let's start.
Unit 9, Recording 12. 1.
To be honest, I've just had enough of people blaming bankers for everything that's bad in society. Don't people realise how much money the financial sector makes? Without that money, where would we be?
I agree. I've never understood why people get angry about firms just making a profit. If we didn't have those kinds of companies, where would all the jobs come from?
Yeah, sorry, but before you move on, could I just say something here, if I may?
Yes, sure, go on.
Well, no one's actually saying that making money in itself is bad, are they? I think the argument is more to do with how much money is made and how it's shared out, isn't it?
Yes, okay. That's a fair point, I guess. Anyway, the point is that if
2.
So one of the main conclusions we can draw from this research is that any real findings into the question of what makes a full and happy life have to be based on the long view. They can't just be snapshots taken at a moment in time. They need to show how decisions that we make pan out over a lengthy period of time. Yeah, Martin.
Yeah, sorry. Could I just stop you there for a moment? I didn't quite follow that last part. Would you mind just repeating it?
Yeah, sure. I was just saying that basically research into happiness needs to be done over a long period of time. It can't be done on one day or over a week or a month, because happiness itself can only really be measured over time. Okay?
Got it. Thank you. Sorry about that. Please go on.
No worries. So, anyway, to get back to what I was saying, it's these long-term studies that really provide a real...
3.
So, Laura, basically all I need you to do when we get to the venue is to deal with Eva and make sure she has everything she needs. I'll deal with the rest of the guests. Okay?
Got it. Sounds fairly simple, but yeah, I can imagine it'll get fairly mad once everyone arrives.
Hi, Abs. I'm really sorry to bother you, but...
Do you have to do this now, Ray? Really? Can it not wait?
I'm afraid not. It really is rather urgent. I've got a Mr. Williams in the office, and he really wants to talk to you.
Okay, right. Well, Laura, sorry, I think I'll have to deal with this. Do you mind? I think you've got all you need for now anyway. Right, so,
Okay, so in what conversation is someone giving a lecture?
In the conversation 2.
2, obviously. Planning a forthcoming event?
3.
This one. 3, okay. Having a serious discussion?
1.
That's right. Okay, good. So as you see, all of them had to interrupt, the other person, and all of them made it in a very friendly way, so didn't cause any embarrassing situation. It was all fine. We are going to listen to them one more time, and you'll need to complete the sentences with 2 words in each gap. First, check out. Maybe you already can remember or can guess what is missing. Okay, look through them all anyway, and then listen and complete.
That's a fair point, I think.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Please go on.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
Maybe in 3. I'm really sorry to interrupt you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. No, please listen, check out, and complete the other ones.
Unit 9. Recording 12. 1.
To be honest, I've just had enough of people blaming bankers for everything that's bad in society. Don't people realise how much money the financial sector makes? Without that money, where would we be?
I agree. I've never understood why people get angry about firms just making a profit. If we didn't have those kinds of companies, where would all the jobs come from?
Yeah, sorry, but before you move on, could I just say something here, if I may?
Yes, sure. Go on.
Well, no one's actually saying that making money in itself is bad, are they? I think the argument is more to do with how much money is made and how it's shared out, isn't it?
Yes, okay. That's a fair point, I guess. Anyway, the point is that if
2.
So one of the main conclusions we can draw from this research is that any real findings into the question of what makes a full and happy life have to be based on the long view. They can't just be snapshots taken at a moment in time. They need to show how decisions that we make pan out over a lengthy period of time. Yeah, Martin.
Yeah, sorry. Could I just stop you there for a moment? I didn't quite follow that last part. Would you mind just repeating it?
Yeah, sure. I was just saying that basically research into happiness needs to be done over a long period of time. It can't be done on one day or over a week or a month, because happiness itself can only really be measured over time. Okay?
Got it. Thank you. Sorry about that. Please go on.
No worries. So, anyway, to get back to what I was saying, it's these long-term studies that really provide a real...
3.
So, Laura, basically all I need you to do when we get to the venue is to deal with Eva and make sure she has everything she needs. I'll deal with the rest of the guests. Okay?
Got it. Sounds fairly simple, but yeah, I can imagine it'll get fairly mad once everyone arrives.
Hi, Abs. I'm really sorry to bother you, but...
Do you have to do this now, Ray? Really? Can it not wait?
I'm afraid not. It really is rather urgent. I've got a Mr. Williams in the office, and he really wants to talk to you.
Okay, right. Well, Laura, sorry, I think I'll have to deal with this. Do you mind? I think you've got all you need for now anyway. Right, so,
Okay, should be a lot better, yeah? Good. We're not going to read the whole sentences, only what is missing. So, number 1A.
I just say something here.
Mhm.
I may.
Say here. Yeah, here we've got already. I just say something, yeah? Here is doubled. Okay, B.
That's a fair point.
Okay, so you were right about it. The next one.
Would you mind just repeating it?
Would you mind? Next one.
Please go on.
One was also right. Okay.
So anyway, to get by, I'm not sure.
To get back.
To get back.
Get back to what I was saying.
To get back. I'm really sorry to bother you.
To bother you. Very, very good. Okay, perfect. And these are actually examples how we can interrupt somebody, but it is also, but these are also the examples how we can react when anybody interrupts us. For instance, yeah, okay, that's a fair point, I guess. Yeah, so this is our reaction when anybody stops us, right, and makes some point about our presentation or whatever. And let's look at these phrases and the other ones. Yeah, we've got here a very nice list of phrases. Yeah, we will check out which ones we know, which ones are probably new, right? And see how they work. Okay, so first, the group of phrases is to check if it is okay to interrupt somebody, or in fact, interrupting people. Yes, let's check them. Could you please read?
Can I just say, Ed, ask something there?
Mm-hmm.
Would I just say something here, stop you there for a moment, if I may?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you mind if I come in here?
Huh?
I am really sorry to interrupt, bother you, but
But okay. Do you understand them all?
yes.
Yes. What do you think? Which sounds more formal or which sounds politer? The first or the second one?
The second one.
The second one, yeah. So if you are having a formal meeting, yeah, or the meeting with some international colleagues or stuff, you'd rather go for the second one, yeah. Could I just stop you here for a moment, if I may? Yeah, it would sound even more polite. But if you're talking with friends or with colleagues you already know very well, it's fine to say, can I just say something here? Yeah.
Mhm.
So depending on the situation. And could sounds always politer than can. If I may would also add a little bit formality. Yeah.
Mhm.
Here is also interesting one, which is, do you mind if I came in here? If I come in here? What does it mean to come in here?
Влезть сюда.
Влезть, да, то есть не войти там, например, в помещение, как может показаться, а вот можно я тут вставлю немножко? Yeah, so, do you mind if I come in here? All right. Good ones. Then we need to explain what we want. Why are we stopping the person? Explaining why you're interrupting. Let's check them.
Sorry, but could you just go over that again?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't quite follow that last part. Would you mind just repeating it?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I couldn't. Yeah, just could you just go over? That means repeat. Yeah, it again, because you could not catch it. Could you sounds good. Would you mind sounds even better.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In Russian, that would sound like вас не затруднит. Да?
Мгм.
Не могли бы вы, вас не затруднит, да, вот второй вариант, он такой более официально формальный, такой чуть-чуть более дистанцированный и вежливый. Would you mind just repeating? What is important? After, would you mind, if you've got a verb, then it should have ing ending.
Мгм.
Yeah. So would you mind just repeating it again? Would you mind just paraphrasing it? Would you mind just going over that again? Yeah? So if it is a verb, then it has to have ing. Mhm. Right. Then the next part is repeating the apology. So when we stopped a person, we got what we want. It's a nice thing to apologize one more time for bothering. Check out what phrases are there.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt. You were saying?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that. Please go on.
Please go on. Yeah. Here you were saying is not really a question.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's the sign to continue. Please go on. You were saying, and continue, please, what you were saying. Okay. Mhm. And the last part here is dealing with interruptions. Yeah, and continuing or clarifying what we were saying. Let's also look at them.
No worries. So anyway, to get back to what I was saying,
Mm-hmm.
yes, so as I was saying,
Mm-hmm.
thanks for pointing that out, letting me know.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fair point, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Right. And here, yeah, for example, if somebody pointed out a factual mistake, yeah,
Mhm.
that's a good one to say, thanks for pointing that out, or thanks for letting me know that I've made a mistake in there.
Mhm.
Yeah, if anyone interrupts, no worries. It's also a good thing. No worries, no problem.
Mhm.
Whichever suits. Mhm. Are any of them still maybe unclear a bit? Or are they okay?
All is okay.
Okay, this is lovely. Then, if you look below, you'll find a little conversation. Two people are talking. Please work alone and complete the conversation with one word in each space. Afterwards, we'll listen and check out. Okay. So, for instance, sorry, could I just use
Mhm.
there for a, what do you think? What is missing?
Interrupt you there for
Aha, if it is for a moment, then it's not interrupt. Could I just have a look? Could I
I
just?
just stop you there for a moment.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, take your time, yeah, and check out with phrases and complete the conversation.
Mhm.
Yes, all of them.
Yes. Would you mind repeating that?
Mm-hmm.
And the last, so as I was saying,
Uh-huh. Okay. Let's anyway listen and check it out if it's all right. Mm-hmm. And what's the matter? It's not opening. Okay.
Unit 9.
Mm-hmm.
Recording 13.
Sorry, could I just stop you there for a moment?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
Would you mind repeating that?
Of course. I said that I think forcing people to vote would improve the economy.
OK, thanks.
No worries. So, as I was saying, the more voters, the better it would be for the country.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it was all okay. What are we going to do now is we'll try out the same conversation, but we will replace some parts with different phrases. For instance, in A, I can say, instead of sorry, could I just stop you here for a moment? I can say, sorry, could I just stop you here, if I may? So we will try to replace, yes, some of the phrases with the other alternatives, okay? So first I am A, you are B, and then we'll swap roles, okay? Right, so my option, yeah? Sorry, could I just say something here?
yes, sure. What's up?
Do you mind repeating the last part one more time?
Of course, I said that I think forcing people to vote would improve the economy.
Okay, thanks. Please go on. Sorry about that.
No worries. Thanks for pointing that out.
Well, he actually didn't point anything out. like no worries. And as I was saying, no,
Okay.
например,
I was saying.
или, so anyway, to get back to what I was saying, the more votes и так далее. Okay,
Yes, okay.
let's change the roles, and you are A this time.
Do you mind if I come in here for a moment?
Yes, sure. What's up?
Would you?
Или, например, я не уловил, что вы там
I
говорили. Да?
didn't quite follow the last part. Would you mind just repeating that?
Yeah, no problem. I said that I think forcing people to vote would improve the economy.
Oh, thanks.
И, например, you were saying, or please go on, yeah? You can also pick any of them. No worries. To get back to what I was saying, as to the more votes, the better it would be to the economy. Yes. Okay, cool. So my recommendation would be to go over these phrases one more time. And next time we'll try together with Olga, yes, to use them already, yes, in a more, a less controlled speech, let's say, yeah? So I'll suggest doing some online homework or in your workbook. It's up to you how you prefer. And we are actually coming to the end of this part, right? So a little bit revision would be a great idea. And the next part in our book, which is check and just a moment, I'll find it out. Yes, check and reflect, yeah, which would provide some revision. Yeah, would be also a great idea for the next time. Yeah, and we'll then go together over it and see which parts are are remembered well, what we need probably to practice a little more. Okay? Yes, perfect. Then I'm going to send it all in the chat, and have a good rest of the day, and see you in a week.
Thank you. See you.
See you. Bye-bye.